You are looking live at IceWorks in Aston, Pennsylvania, where the New Jersey Rockets 19U girls are getting set to take on the Little Flyers. Hi everybody, it's your Rizzo bringing you the action, as I am always glad to do. The Rockets in their road black jerseys, been off for a while here at the 19U level. And they have the road black jerseys with white numerals, gray trim, black socks with a large white stripe and gray trim. Black helmets all around, except for one and the goalie. Little Flyers in the traditional Philadelphia Flyers garb. The white jerseys with the familiar Halloween orange and black. Black crest with an orange dot on the jersey. On the backs, they have orange numerals with black trim. On the sleeves, they have orange down the sleeve and white numerals with black trim. They put 15 minutes up on the clock. Now they switch it to 17. Rockets gather round their net as they get ready to go. Rockets a little short-handed for this game without one of their top performers, Peyton Jacobus. PJ out with an upper body injury. We hope to see her back on the ice as soon as possible. And with PJ not here, coach is Walt Radishevsky on the bench there on the right side, and Henry Lee will handle things. 10 skaters, so that's 2 units of 5, although they'll interchange, will be in front of Emma Lacey in net, number 7. As the Rockets still gather round, it's an every other shift game. Play until you drop against the top unit in Maha, the very respected, very top tier Little Flyers in Aston, PA. Newman University plays its home games here, and boy, that really helps the perch, because they really couldn't put me in a better spot. Just behind me they have gear set up for their usual play-by-play and streams, but this guy is going to take advantage of that gladly. Referee blows the whistle. He heads to center ice. The Flyers are there. They clear things with their goaltender and the referee, who's jamming out. To Guns N' Roses, Emma Lacey occupies the net to your left. She is in there. She gets the signal, taps the pipes. Hope Menikillo at center ice. Liftoff for the Rockets and the Little Flyers. Hope jumps into the lineup today, and she will play center between Camerata and Hansen, who chips it out. Radishevsky and Lee, the defense pair, to start it off. Little Flyers move it through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Slapper gives Emma her first taste as we get 23 seconds into the game. Battled for along the near side boards, chipped up, and eventually Izzy chips it out, looking for Hope down the line. Can't get it to her. Little Flyers will move it off the boards. We get a good perch here, so even the stuff that happens just underneath us, it's not like in rock ice where you just have to miss it, or some of these other arenas where you have to miss it. We should be able to get you good pictures here, and hopefully we're doing that, and give you a little good commentary to match along with it. Little Flyers will try to set up their cycle, but it's disrupted by Bruno. She pushes it to the near corner. There's a battle there, but the Little Flyers player gets it and sends it around. 71, I think that's Poulin. She chips it back, and here they do set up their cycle. They try to center it, but Hope goes all the way down low to snuff that out. Little Flyers will play with it behind the end line, but Erin gets wise to it, and she sends it up the near side boards. Rushing to it there, looked like Murphy. They try to center it, but Hope's going to get a piece of that. She's got a little room. She's going to skate it up, chip it out, Riz has jumped on now as they start the line change. They steer it through. Izzy gets it, tries to send it forward for Riz. It's picked off and it would have been offside. 1-on-2, wrist shot, Emma pad save. Aaron lifted the stick, so no rebound there. Kirsty is going to be with Riz and Georgie on this line as they move it up. Kirsty waits and waits, chipped forward. It went off of a Flyers stick and they called the offside before the puck landed in there, so they'll face it off just outside the zone. Looks like the Rockets are going to go, they're going to overload the forwards at least to start and go with 3D, so they won't do the double 5 unit here, at least to start with. That's the way they're going to start it out. Goes around the end boards. Riz was looking to get it. Little Flyers chip it back. Kirsty's going to be the first one to get to it. Riz goes down low, can't get to it. There's a lot of space from the end line to the back end boards here. There's more than usual. It looks a little more like an internationally sized rink from that perspective. So there's a lot of room behind the net. Little Flyers move it out. Wrist shot goes off of the post, or was it off of it? Did Emma get a piece? It looked like maybe it didn't sound like it hit the crossbar, but it looked like it hit the crossbar. It deflects off the protective netting above the end glass, and we'll face it off. 14:40 left, first period, no score, just underway. Rockets and Little Flyers. Hope on the draw. Wrist shot comes to the Little Flyers player in the slot. She fires it, and Emma makes the save. Larissa will gain the center line and send it in deep. Izzy's going to be the first one to get it. Camarada touches it up. It goes for Hansen in the left corner. She goes in the backhand, using all of that space behind the end line. Centered. Larissa down low, tries to shoot it. It's rebounded there and kept away from trouble. Whistle and a stoppage of play. So the Rockets working it quickly and briskly in the offensive zone here. That's their first shot. The Little Flyers got the first 4 against Lacey, number 7. Hope with Tootie and Izzy up front, Larissa and Aaron at the points. Kept in, but Larissa was looking to send it to the other side. Just didn't get quite the angle on it she was looking at. Hope near side for Izzy. It's batted back in and batted back out. I'll try to get some of the names for you. I don't remember all of them. Some of them are familiar. Ponytail's not the friend of the announcer in this case, and well, that's just the way it goes. They try to get that puck through a series of Rockets. They can't do it. It goes to the point. They send it through to the other side. Tootie's going to chip it out. Look for Izzy to get a hold of it there. Izzy forces the play to go back, and the Flyers retreat. They'll go cross ice and now send it into neutral ice and forward. They'll dump it in, and one player or two will take a change. Bruno, the first one to get it. She lost her footing there against the end boards. Gets a little help from Kirsty. Now Lily Rose Smith out there with Tootie and Kirsty up front. It comes toward the middle. Lily's going to get down and back check. Gets the stick lifted, and that looks like Poulin is going to move it in. She's getting somebody coming in late, but that pass knocked away by Aaron. It comes to the far side corner, looking to center it, but no, they go behind the net. Again, swaths of open land back there, acres of it, and the Little Flyers are used to playing with it, and they love to set up shop back there and move the puck around at will. It's just a little harder to catch up when there's like about 2 extra feet there. You're not used to playing the body in that spot. Kirsty on the face-off, can't win it. It comes to the point. Lily blocks that shot, and Kirsten got the rest of it. Comes to the far corner. Aaron there. Riz stepping in. Riz, the second one in, will pick the puck up, bank it off the boards. Tried to bank it off for herself, but couldn't get it in. Rachel now behind the end line, battling for it. It comes up toward the point, and it chips over Mundy's stick. Riz is trying to get there first. Mundy sent it in herself. This is not going to be an icing. So that play is onside and no icing. Riz will battle for it, can't get there, and the Little Flyers move it out. Kirsty, if she turned around and just took a swing with her stick, she would have hit the puck, but she had no idea the player was there. Big break for the Little Flyers, as Kamakar would have probably walked right to the net unencumbered. 12-10 first period, no score. Riz gets a piece of it as it goes through after she got a little help from Aaron. They chip it down. That's Poulin 71 before Kirsty could get there. Battled for in the corner. Bruno playing the body. See if she can get a little help on the stick. Wrist shot. Emma knocked it down with the glove. It wasn't a shot. but they put one up on the board anyway. Little home cook in there, that's all right, I'll take it. Kalki sends it down from the left point, and she cuts toward the net. Wrist shot in front. Actually, if she had tried to make the centering pass, she would have had Kalki cutting right down, but she elected to try to put it at the net on the sharp angle and bank it in off Emma's right shoulder. It didn't work. Flyers still here with a long possession in the Rocket zone. Poulin spins out of the corner. Wrist shot. Emma didn't see it, but she got the right pad on it. Aaron gets bumped down, and Hope is going to pick this one up, chip it out. Oh, she was looking for Riz trying to get behind the D. It would have at least been a one-on-one. I don't think it would have been a break. Here comes Mundy through the right circle. Backhand. Emma gobbles it up with the catching glove whistle and a stoppage of play. 11:10 left in the first period. No score. 8-1 the shots for the Little Flyers. And that one was probably their best actual shot on goal of the game. They did hit the crossbar earlier. There's one that Emma gets a stick on. It's banked off the boards and knocked down Conway. Neutral ice and in, right in front of the Rockets bench, send the Little Flyers. Larissa's going to get that, fire it toward the point. Hope knocks it down, but it comes in the slot. They center it through, redirected, and Emma with the save. Lacey on her game. She started playing goal after she skated out for a little while. She wears number 7 because her father, Dan, wore number 7, and when she switched from being a skater to a goalie, she said, you know, I think I'm just going to stick with number 7. And I like the idea of a goalie wearing that unique and unusual number. That one knocked down with a high stick on its way in. So, wow, they're going to take this one all the way down, I guess because the Little Flyer did it and it was going at the net. So they're going to take this one all the way down. Usually I think they would just normally take it out of the zone. Hope Menichello on the dot. She wears number 48 because she's a big Mets fan, and that's the number of Jacob deGrom. A lot of hooking and clubbing going on down there. There's going to be a penalty. They're going to call a penalty on the Rockets here. That's dubious. The first penalty came, or should have been, they never should have dropped the puck because the Little Flyers player took 2 strides forward along the far boards before the puck was dropped and got an advantage there. So if you don't get caught, then it's not a penalty. The interference is put up there, and it looks like Hansen will go to the box for 2. 10:30 left, first period. Rockets and Little Flyers at 0-0. First power play of the game for either team. I'm going to talk about this behind. Let's see if what the refs are saying. Then maybe they need an explanation. Coach Walt asking for an explanation there. I think he's saying maybe what I'm saying. It's hard to hear because there's a little music playing. And there was a clear offside pre-puck drop on that one. You can go back and watch the tape if you want. It's not the NHL. It's 19 AA Girls Hockey. So the officials are human. There's a bump right there. Top of the slot, wrist shot. Emma gloves it down and then covers it up. There's a little dink after the play over there. And Izzy goes down. These two teams had a contentious meeting earlier in the season. None of that happening now. The penalty killers up front will be Riz and Kirsty. And now they're sending Kirsty back to the bench. Rockets are the away team, so they don't have the final change. Puck dropped, and Hope wins it to the corner. She's trying to chip it up the boards for herself, can't do it. Rachel there sends the play behind the net. It comes to the half boards and then back, and that's sent in front, but Emma doesn't let it go anywhere. She just covers that right up. They have the shots as 13-1, but I think they're calling those ones that anything that Emma covers, they're calling a shot. So that's good for the stats, but it might not be so reflective of what's actually going on in the game. Although the Flyers have had the clear advantage. Booth sends it to the top right of the circle. Wrist shot redirected, loose in front. Rachel clears it out. 2 saves in the sequence by Emma. Flyers send it to the point, and now they play high-low. They'll walk it right in. Wrist shot blown up by Rachel. They center it right through the slot. Nobody got a stick on it. Mundy, wrist shot. Emma gloves it with somebody in front. There were two in front of her, but not quite attributing a full screen. And they're able to make the save and tick it down under a minute left in the penalty for interference to Francesca Hansen, number 9. 9:28 first period, no score from Aston, Pennsylvania. That face-off one, Riz stepped in to battle for it, but the little Flyers are going to pick it up anyway. Just couldn't quite, got some bodies there, couldn't quite get the stick on it fast enough. Spin move, and again, all that real estate behind the end line. If you're not familiar with it, it's a big advantage to the team that is familiar with it. They take the one-timer from right in front. Hahn thought she had a goal, but Lacey said no way. Comes around to the near side boards. Here's Kamerkar. She's going to try to get it up, and does she get it out? She does. That's going to kill off a little more time on the power play as they ping-pong it up but not in. Do the little Flyers. They'll play with it in neutral ice here, down to 13 seconds on the power play, and 8:40 now on the first period clock, 0-0. The goaltender tapping. That Hansen's about to come out of the box. There's a shot that goes off the left pad and into the corner. The Rockets have killed it off. Riz banks it high off the end boards, and it comes all the way down almost in slow motion. Marissa's got to watch the slash there. She's hitting Hahn with the stick. That one will come out, and good play by the little Flyers player to not try to repatriate that in. Riz trying to pick that one off. She almost picked it off the stick there. Still giving pressure and forcing the little Flyers to move it. They send it through neutral ice. 90 will get it, and she'll dump it and allow her team to change full circle behind her. 7:55 first period, 0-0. Rockets and the little Flyers on the road in Pennsylvania. Little Flyers come out of the corner, but Hope steps in and knocks that one away. Hope looking forward, sends it up, was trying to spring Izzy, but didn't quite get it through. I think it's Prushkin. They center it in the slot. 3 Rockets there. Comes to the point. Slapper goes wide. He's looking for a redirection. The little Flyers are always doing that. They're such a good puck handling team. That one's sent in front, and they're sending pucks not necessarily right at the net. They're looking for redirects, deflections, whether intended or not. There's a lot of skill out there in the Halloween colors. Izzy Camarada chips this. She's got a little room here behind the change, sends it toward the net, can't get the shot on, and the Rockets for once have a possession here on the right side of the ice. Izzy still with it, battling, still holding, tries to center it. She's got Hope. Hope looking for Riz on the back door, couldn't quite get it through. Riz curls through a few, but she finds 3 little Flyers there, and that's not going to help her cause. This is Poulin. She's going to come in. She gets a little help. Well, there's a little hook. She's holding the stick right there. No call. Little Flyers get away with one. Poulin was holding Larissa's stick with the shifty arm move. Like, I'm being hooked, but that's a holding the stick. You know, a lot of referees have no guff for that. They'll just call it right away, but they let them play. Little Flyers still with the only power play of the game thus far, and the Rockets killed it off. It's 0-0. The shot board says 17-1. It's probably more like 13, but nevertheless, Izzy getting hooked from behind. Riz is going to skate through, trying to get behind the D, sort of fires it. It's still loose. Izzy's hustling there, gets knocked down off the puck, and they're not going to call that one either. Gets blasted right there with a clear check, but they're not going to call it. So the Rockets persist on. Puck comes into neutral ice. Kirsty gets it, waits for Izzy to come out, perfectly timed, and they'll change behind the play, at least the forwards will. This is Kirsty still in pursuit as the little Flyers reverse it. They send it all the way up through. This is going to be an icing once it clears the line and it doesn't take any funny humps or bounces. Whistle and a stoppage of play, 5:32 first period. No score from Aston, Pennsylvania. Kamerkar up front. She'll have Tillinghast in the slot and Hansen along the half boards. Lee and Bruno, the left and right points. Bruno setting up between the points. The cross-style face-off there. Nobody won it either way, so the Flyers get the W on that one because they stepped in and took possession. Hahn tries to get it out, but she's hounded by Tillinghast. Sometimes it's like playing with a tiger in a cage when you're against 77. And she's very difficult to play against. This one's sent out to neutral ice. Aaron there, she gets it, steers it off the boards, but there's a bump and it's moved in by the little Flyers. Rachel's going to retreat to get this one. Goes to the far side wing for Tootie. She's got a little room there and she's going to skate it out. Chips it off the boards, trying to get it to herself, but can't quite do it, and a change taking place right in front of her. Sent through the middle of the ice for Georgie. She gets it in, but can't keep it in. That one sent in offside. It looked like Georgie had gotten back, but I guess not. Whistle and a stoppage of play now. 4:43 first period, no score. Rockets and the little Flyers. Minikillo at the dot, wins it to herself, still with possession, tries to fire it on net, but it gets a couple of too many sticks on the white and orange on it. Sent through, this is going to be a one-on-one. Larissa forces the play out, and the little Flyers instead will take possession, send it across. Perushkin redirected, scored in front. Wrist shot came from the left point. It looked like 44 got a piece in front and redirected it. That's going to open the scoring here with 4:22 left in the first period. 1-0 little Flyers. Not too much you could do there. That's just a good team making a good play. Instead of trying to go one-on-one and power it through, it was 79 who took the possession and curled when she got near the right circle. Then she reversed it all the way to the opposite side, and the Rockets didn't really get caught out of position. They just were maybe a step slow. Here's Hansen, picks it off in the slot. Wrist shot, score! The Rockets get it right back! Francesca Hansen picks off a puck at the top of the slot, negotiates past one defender, and puts it in off the top left corner of the net. 1-1. The Rockets pounce right back on their second shot of the game. 4:10 left in the first period, and we have a hockey game here. Smashing play by Tootie. Face off in the center dot. Hope trying to win it to herself, gets the stick tied up. At some point they might start to call those. You can lift the stick, but you can't hold it all the way up. That stick lift gets to the hip area, and you got to let it go. You can't pull it all the way up. That's when it becomes a hook. It's loose in front. Bang there. Loose again. A lot of bodies, a lot of sticks, and one possession, and it's going to go to Radoszewski, who just chooses to get it out. Hansen, oh my goodness, she almost picked off another one. As Hope jumps off for a change, and Kirsty jumps on. Izzy will come over to get it, and Hansen jumps off for Riz. Kirsty's going to pick that one off. She'll get it to neutral ice, but Kalki will get it. Riz trying to pick this one off. Riz didn't know where it was. She skated through it like she should. She was pushing the body forward, thinking the little Flyers player still had it, and if she had stepped to the left, she might have walked in behind the D. So as we've seen before, the Rockets don't need a heck of a lot of shots to be potent. They're very often piling up goals on few shots on goal. Faceoff comes all the way to the near side, and Aaron's going to send that in behind the boards. Riz is going to be the first in pursuit. 15 gets to it first. It comes to the point, and Rachel steps in but can't keep it in. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Riz hustling back, Kirsty hustling back. They curl right there at the point. This is what happened on the last goal. They did precisely that, and Poulin tries to come down the middle. She trips after the spin-off, and it goes to the slot where Riz is going to pick it up. She's got a little time. She's looking for Lily. She'll take the time and space. 3 Flyers retreat and 3 Rockets attack. Rizzo along the wall on the left side. Wrist shot, can't get through. Centered in front. Lily was there just a little too late, and Kirsty was there as well. Just needed to get it through one more player. There's a slapper that goes off the right pad. They were looking for the rebound there, and they were there, but just not in time. Big chance by the little Flyers. It's 1-1. Here she comes, right through. One-timer off the post! And it finds its way in. The one-timer came through the slot. Very deft pass. It went off the left post, and it might have just found its way in off of Emma. But it's 2-1 little Flyers with 2:17 left in period 1. This was a tightly contested one, And here now, in the last 2 minutes, it's become a relative barn burner. Face off at the center dot, won by the Little Flyers, sent to neutral ice along the near side boards. It's Menichello. She'll send it in 1-on-4. It comes to the top of the line. Izzy keeps it in. Izzy tries to get free. Wrist shot, stick to side through traffic. A very nice save right there. That one might have been ticketed. That's the third shot of the game for the Rockets. Their shooting percentage now 33%. Little Flyers try to send it in. That looks like Kalki trying to center it, but Rachel Lee wins that battle. Sprinting in from the point. They'll take it right to the net. Backhand attempt goes off a skate in front. First a Rocket skate, then a Little Flyers skate. Sent through neutral ice. Tootie looking for the pick-off again. She picked one off already and walked in and scored a goal. 1:30 now left in the first period from Aston, PA. 2-1 Little Flyers. They scored once. Hansen responded. They scored again. Wrist shot, or rather a snapper in front. And there's a hit after the whistle. Two Rockets just pushed into actually each other. And then one of the Little Flyers well after the whistle. Let's see if they call her off or if they're just going to let it go. If they let it go, it's just going to degenerate. And we're going to see, that's Donovan 11. We're going to see this happen more and more throughout the game. So we'll see if the rough stuff continues. Usually the refs are not so tolerant of it after the whistle from the offensive side. They'll give the defense protecting the goalie a little bit of leeway as Tillinghast tries to force it out, and she had Kamerkar trying to pick it too. Down to a minute left in period one, 2-1 Little Flyers over the Rockets. Sent into the near side corner. Riz jumps to the point, sends it for Kirsty. Kirsty 2-on-1 with Georgie. Can they clear it? Kirsty through, sends it for Georgie, just a little too strong. She would have walked in. 41 seconds now as the Little Flyers take it over, and they try to bang it out of the zone. Off and running are they? Here comes 44. I think she's the one who got the goal. Roberts, wrist shot. Emma gloves it. 28.8 left in the period. And let's see if there's a change. The Little Flyers will change, as will the Rockets, who will send out the forward group that started this game. Big defensive zone draw for Hope. And it's loose. Tootie's going to steal it and chip it out wisely, forcing the Little Flyers to retreat. They'll send it through neutral ice, as they like to do with long cross ice passes. Sometimes they connect, sometimes they don't. Usually the result ends up being pretty good the way that they run their system. There's a run-in right there. Poulin, long-range shot, stick to side. It goes into the corner. That's going to expire the period. It ends 2-1 in favor of the home team. 23-3, the shots on the board, but I'd say it's more like about 17. Every time they're centering a puck and Emma covers it, which they've done a lot, they're giving a save. So, again, good for the goalie stats. But in any case, in terms of possession, as you'd expect, the Little Flyers held the grand amount of it. And they also got the only power play so far. So not much to complain about in terms of refereeing, which often is a theme on these live streams, but so far not today. There was definitely one play where Izzy Camarada took an open ice check, and certainly the Rocket parent referees were in favor of putting a Little Flyer in the box, but the actual ones on the ice did not agree. And their opinion is the only one in this case that matters. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Even if you're used to just catching these links that are being handed to you, or a friend of a friend told you about it, hit that subscribe button and then the alerts button. And every time we're doing a live stream for you, or anytime we're posting anything about Rockets Girls Hockey, you'll get an alert. live stream or uploaded content. As the little Flyers have taken their spots on the ice. Waiting for the Rockets to do so. There's Lacey. Lonely Lacey. She cruises down to Patriot the net to our right. Rockets will line it up with Kirsty Kamerkar at center. Riz on left wing, Lily on right. Liftoff in the second. Little Flyers win it and they bring it right in. They'll move it to the right wing, boards, and they'll cycle it back down. This is Roberts, centering pass, loose. Somebody got a piece of it. It looked like Larissa. They'll move it around the outside circle. Wrist shot through traffic. Emma got the skate on it just in time. Another wrist shot attempt, knocked away. Lily's going to get a piece, leaves it for Riz. She's going to be 1-on-3, so she's got to take the dump right there. It takes a funny bounce off the boards. Lily has it, can't corral it. Rachel sprints in to try to get it from the point. Rockets had a couple of good opportunities there, but I think they're used to being on their heels a little bit, and they just didn't quite bulldoze the way they needed to. Riz has it in neutral ice, can't get it forward. There was nobody there. Kirsty comes back to help her out, banks it off for Riz. She's 1-on-2. She'll take the dump, and she'll look for the change. Lily is going to be the one to pursue first, and she does that. Puck gets loose on the other side, and the Rockets are changing. Tootie keeps it in with the feet. She's got the goal so far for the Rockets. Hope comes in there to help out. Tootie gets there, takes a whack at the skates. Tootie's going to walk right at the net. Backhand shot, kick save, and it comes out to the corner. Hope there. Hope gets a piece of it. Hope has Tootie in front. Hope being just not quite mugged, but defended well, we'll say. Didn't look like anything unsavory was going on there, just good hockey. Comes into the offensive zone for the Flyers. They have somebody in front, Kalki. That looks like Poulin playing with it in the corner. She's going to use all that space behind the net, centers it. There's only Rockets there, but a Flyer coming late, and Emma gets it with the paddle of the stick and covers it up before further damage. 15-15 left second period, 2-1 Little Flyers over the visiting Rockets. Referee huddle going on now. Let's see what they're trying to determine over there. Looks like a piece of lost equipment that they're sending back toward the Rockets bench. So they made sure of that little, whatever it was. I don't know if it was a neck guard. Little Flyers get it. They move it between the points. Right circle shot blocked away by Tootie. She'll skate along the near side boards. Wrist shot in front. Somebody was there for the redirection. That's how they scored goal number 2, did the Little Flyers. Izzy's going to get it in. She's got Tootie coming late. High shot from the outside on the half boards, glove down. That was ticketed. Good shot by Izzy. She got everything on that. She doesn't need much room, but no rebound there. 14-53, second period, 2-1 Little Flyers over an intent Rocket team today. Comes toward the point, kept in nicely by Aaron. It's going to be another battle over there. Izzy comes late to win it. It's going to go behind the end line. Tootie in a one-on-one battle with 15, who has no name on the jersey. And 2 Little Flyers will be better than 1 Tootie in this case. Not in our hearts, but just in the case of play. That one's sent toward the blue line, and Hansen was about a half stride short. They're going to face it off at center ice. 14-29, second period, 25-5. The shots officially on the board in favor of the Little Flyers. Rockets just 5, but they've made good on one of them. Little Flyers win the faceoff, bring it into their own zone, and then out through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. That battled for, and it will go behind the end line. Larissa's there. She's going to get it, kick it around. They come out from the back, loose in front, and Emma gets the paddle of the stick on it through a lot of traffic and steers it to the near corner for Riz. Riz just makes sure to get it out of the zone, and it'll be played with along the boards. Kirsty there. She battles with Daly. Daly hooks Riz and sends the puck in. There's a little battle behind the play. Reversed up the near side boards. Oh, a little too strong. Daly gets to it first. Donachuk, it looks like, comes in. Hahn Now it is moved to the near side boards, and the Rockets are going to gain it. Kirsty looking to spring Georgie, but she just got a little bit off stride, waiting and looking. It's a play that has to happen in reaction, not action, and a little too much planning there. Right idea, as we like to say. Right church, wrong pew. Comes to the part between the points there, and the Rockets will gain a loose puck. Aaron's going to take this up the left wing and get it towards center ice. Hill will pick it off of her. Riz in pursuit forces the play up the middle of the ice, and the Little Flyers have a 2-on-1. Larissa's back. Sent at the net. It was redirected. Emma got the blocker, and then maybe the paddle of the stick on it. Wrist shot through traffic. It was blunted a little bit, and Emma knocked it away. Under 13 minutes now in the second period. Centered, and Aaron's going to pick this off. Send it for Riz. She tries to get past Pushkin. Couldn't do it. They'll battle for it along the Rocket board. Izzy is going to get it. She's going to gain the zone. It's chipped out into neutral ice. Larissa's back there, and she's going to get to it first, but can't keep it in. Shooken off for a moment, but still battling. Those two will take it all the way into the end boards. There's a whack, a baseball slash. No call. Turned around, lost the puck, took a baseball hack at Larissa. Got her right on the pads. That one sent out. One referee behind says out. The one in the zone said in, and the one with the whistle blowing is the one that wins. 12:21 left, second period. 2-1 Little Flyers over the Rockets. Rockets in all black with white numbers, gray trim. Little Flyers in the traditional looking Philadelphia Flyers uniforms, white jerseys with orange and black. Rockets won the faceoff and sent it forward, but that actually might have been a Little Flyer that sent it there because there was no icing put on. Otherwise, it would have been an icing. Rachel picks it off, sends it down low for Izzy. There's a bump over there. And again, no calls. There's just been one call so far in this game. This one sent all the way out. Emma's going to come way out to clear it out. What a play by Lacey. A gutsy play by Seven. That one sent at the net. She gloves it down, and it's still loose in front. Tootie gets down on a knee and kicks it away with the genuflect. She must have said her prayers before because it all worked out in the end. Hansen kneels before Zod. Gets the puck out of the way. Eventually it's frozen up there and the Rockets escape. 11:48 second period. 2-1 Little Flyers. Rockets hanging in there. This is a very clear rope-a-dope game for them. They have not had the type of season that the Little Flyers have had, which is their typical one, where they're on the better end of most games, often by lopsided scores, and they're at the top of the standings. That hasn't been the case for the Rockets. Nevertheless, they'll rope-a-dope and see if they can hang in here long enough to score that knockout at the end. Or at least take it to a decision. Little Flyers play with it. Again, vast space behind the net. This one's sent up. Oh, Riz got a piece. It's sent at the net. Emma knocks it down and covers it up. As a Bobby Orr fan tries to dive in front, but the puck was covered before she could have her picturesque moment. 11-12 second period from IceWorks in Aston, PA. Joe Rizzo bringing the action. As always, glad to do it. Rockets win the faceoff, and Lily Rose Smith's going to get to it, but she couldn't quite get it cleanly enough to get it out, and the Little Flyers send it back in. 31-5, they lead on the shot clock. 2-1, they lead on the scoreboard. 11 minutes, second period remaining. Rockets trying to get this puck out. They've had the right personnel, but they haven't been connecting on the passes in order to do it. Comes down below the end line. That was Kirsty that kept the player from coming out in front. Rachel gets wise to what they're doing, and she used the foot to keep that one from going. And this one fired at the net. It's loose! Emma thought she had it. It hit off the paddle of her stick, and quickly she covered it with the dexterity of a lizard. And showing the flexibility of the father of one of her former goaltending partners by the name of Annabelle Brodeur, who's now become a field hockey player at Columbia University and has a very famous father by the same name, named Marty. That was her goaltending partner at Oak Knoll for a year. She was known as the little goalie by the legend and Hall of Famer. The Flyers bring it out. Wrist shot. Emma got the top of the glove on it and it went over the net. That one was ticketed. There's a double pick right there and a bunch of bodies fall as it's battled for in the near side corner. Rachel steps in. Riz trying to help out. Riz the late one through. Tries to almost trip the puck forward. Doesn't get it where she wants, but eventually it comes out. Hill will move it through neutral ice to Hahn. Hahn will gain the line. Hahn wrist shot. Emma got the right pad on it. Hahn spun away. Pirouetted out of the way. No hit, no call. It comes to neutral ice. Riz and Kirsty trying to work the 2-on-1. And again, it just couldn't connect. They're a half step off it. 79 will move it in. She'll curl. This is how she set up the second goal of the game. Aaron's going to move it out. She's got Hope. Sends it for Hope. Hope steers it. What a good play. That was Hill. She came back, used the body. Had to get it with the stick, did both. That was the only way she was stopping Hope there. This one tipped, so it's not going to be an icing. Emma's going to come all the way out and play it for Izzy. Izzy will bang it forward, but not out. Donovan picks it off. Or is it 11? I think it's Donovan. Comes behind the end boards, reversed there. Rachel battling for it. It comes to the near side. Roberts sends it in front. It hits off a skate. Top of the slot, wrist shot goes wide. Roberts behind the net, looking to pick it up. Tries the jam, doesn't work. Emma's right pad was there. Emma just staying all the way down very often when that puck is behind the net. Aaron can't get this one. It's sent through. Wrist shot. Emma stops it, pushing after the play. And they just play good hockey right there. They don't keep it a little forward. Let's see, it looks like there's going to be a call here. Should be an even up here. Yeah, they're going to call Mundy and Lee for the coincidental roughings after the play. So they'll skate it 5-on-5. 8:28 left second period. 2-1 Little Flyers. There's a shot right off there and a push delivered after the whistle. Larissa doesn't want anybody near her goalie. Oh, and they're going to call this? Oh, this is an absurd call. I mean, what is this? Is this mite hockey here? She's pushing the kid out of the way of her goalie. She didn't cross-check her. And they call a ridiculous roughing. So the home cooking in for the Little Flyers right now. And they'll have a power play, the second of the game. Both power plays in the game have gone to the Little Flyers. They have a 34-5 lead in shots. Up front, Hope with Hansen. Hansen has the goal. 2-1 Rockets trail. Icing in effect in all times. Nice sharp angle clear by Hope. 8:15 now in the period. The second one. Period of the long change. Poulin's going to bring it in. She's going to circle and send a wrist shot to the front that was redirected. Whistle. They put it in after the whistle. After the whistle. And let's see if they call the penalty for hacking at the puck after the whistle. After what they just called on Larissa, you certainly could make that call. Now, I would never have called that a penalty, but after what they did, you certainly could call it. I wouldn't have called the previous one a penalty. The first one on Lee and Daly, or whoever it is that's in there, I don't have as much of a problem with that. The one to Larissa is a little dubious. Loose in front, they bang at it. That's Booth. Still loose, and now a whistle. And now Emma pushes somebody out of her own way. A knee at the goaltender's head, but no blow delivered from it. So the goalie pushes that player away with the knee. Now Emma either giving or getting a lecture from the goalie. Kirsty and Hope up front. Tootie's going to take a shift on D with Aaron to kill here. Rockets, 10 skaters and 2 in the box. Radishevsky in for another 116. Slapper through traffic, hit Kalki, one of the Flyers, and goes back into the far corner. Aaron slips down. Emma lost her stick. Centered in front. One-timer score. Net off its moorings, but they're going to allow the goal. 3-1 the Flyers. They're getting every possible break from the refs here. and they cash in, making no mistake. 38th shot of the game, 7:28 left in period 2. They push the lead to 3-1. They're doing as much stuff behind the play as the Rockets are. They're just not getting as many calls. They've only had one, and it hasn't resulted in a power play. So the hill becomes a little more difficult for the Rockets to climb. And the Rockets, well, let's see. The penalty is still up on the board. And the Rockets are allowed to put a 5th player out there. And the ref drops the puck with the Rockets only having 4 players out there. Now the other ref has to blow it dead. Ref's losing a little bit of a control here. Got to get a little bit of a handle on it. You got one ref saying one thing, one ref not paying attention to what the other ref is doing. Now everything is fixed up. The penalty time is off the clock, and the Little Flyers win the faceoff and bring it into the offensive zone. They take it around the end line. Izzy jumps in to play center, and she gets it around the end line. Georgie's going to skate it out, sends it for Lily, but Lily can't get a piece of it. Larissa now out of the box. There's a hit right there in front of the Little Flyers bench. Flyers waiting for a call. Riz is going to get this. She's going to carry it in over the line. Tries to get by one, can't do it, and then Kalki picks up the loose puck. Tries to send it for Poulin, but it's knocked away and sent into the Rockets' zone. The Flyers pick it up. They have to hustle to get onside. They do that as Daly skates it in. She leaves it for Kalki, who takes a slapper that Emma stops and leaves no rebound. 6:36, second period, 3-1 Little Flyers. 39-5 the shots. Again, Rockets looking for the rope-a-dope here. They're going to have a little difficulty generating offense against this juggernaut. Rockets having confusion on the change. This is what happens when you have the short bench sometimes. And Rachel Lee still in the box. So it looks like Larissa and Kirsty are going to play this shift together on D. Georgie, Izzy, and Lily up front. Little Flyers win the face-off. They go high-low on the left side. Spin move. Centered in front. Backhand attempt. Couldn't pull the trigger. Georgie's going to grab this one, skate it out, send it deep. They're going to call the icing on this one, and they'll redo it right where they came from. That does work a little bit to the benefit of the Rockets, as now the 2 minutes have expired on the coincidental minors, and the first whistle after the penalties expire allow players to get out of the box. So full and even strength for both teams now, and the Little Flyers holding a 3-1 lead, 6:16 left second period. Little Flyers win the face-off again, go to the point, and they go low. Rachel's there, sends it around, strong enough for Tootie to get it. She's got the goal for the Rockets. She's with Riz and Hope up front, so the Rockets, whatever they did to start with, they're mixing it up now. Here come those three against 3 from the other team. The other team is the one that wins the battle. They'll skate in 2-on-1. Bruno's back. She's going to play the pass. And there's a shot. Rebound. Emma stops 1 and then 2. Lacey keeps it at 3-1. Lee will get this. Bank it. Oh, Daly trip. Let's see if she's okay. She's okay. She took clearly her right skate hit a rut in the ice and she spun back. Thankfully, didn't hit her head against the boards. That's the thing that any hockey parent or player would cringe at, no matter which team, where. Player takes a funny fall, and that's just what you don't want to see. 5:15 now, second period, 3-1 Little Flyers. They got the first. Hansen responded 15 seconds later in the first period with 4:10 left, and 2 more for the Little Flyers since then. Wrist shot whistled over the net. Comes to that wide swath behind the end line. Centering attempt rebuffed by Emma. Rachel shakes off one, shakes off another, but she was looking for somebody on the wing. Riz is going to pick this off. Let's see if she's got room. She's 1-on-3, overskates the puck, but almost to herself, and Tootie was a little bit forward looking for the pass, couldn't get through. This is Hill, comes down, makes a fancy move in front. Was trying the postage stamp move, but Emma knocked it down with the left pad and covered it up while sitting on her behind and her pads spread out like a butterfly. That's shot number 41 for the Little Flyers. 4:37, second period. The rope-a-doping Rockets still in it at 3-1, but they're going to need to get one back here at some point. Hope wins it to Rachel. Rachel sends it up but can't get it out. Flyers go high-low. Centering attempt, one-timer from the left doorstep, still loose. A left pad save, a right pad save, still loose in front. Izzy's going to get it, clears it off the boards but not out. They send it cross ice. Rachel blocked that shot. She didn't even know she blocked it. Now she'll go back and forth with Tootie. Tootie chips it off of a stick and gets it out. Right at the IceWorks logo, the Flyers take it and they bring it in. Now down to 4 minutes left in the second period. Rockets doing the rope-a-dope, and they need to start a doping because the rope is getting a little thin. Fired across the end boards, but it goes up to the point. Hill's going to get it. Tries to get by Hansen. Gets to the dot. Takes a shot that Rachel Lee got the left leg on. Izzy picks this one off as it comes to the point, but the Rockets just can't get it out. They're doing the right things. They're just not making... That puck came out of the zone and went back in. They called it onside. That puck took a jump right out of the zone, and they just missed it. Rockets here looking for any break that they could have. There's been 2 power plays in the game. The Little Flyers got both of them. There's been 3 penalties. One of them was a set of coincidental minors that resulted in no strength in terms of manpower change. Rockets will ice this one, and they'll just take the shift on that. Larissa got dumped behind the play, and let's see what they're calling. If anything, Larissa is the one who is going to get an interference penalty. So once again, the Rockets on the wrong side of the calls here, deserved or not. Izzy and Riz up front to kill it off. Aaron and Kirsty will be on the back line. So the Rockets, with their short bench, have had to switch some players from forward to D and back. Little Flyers 1 for 2 on the power play. They've had all 3 power plays in the game now. And they're home today. Centered in front, Emma got a piece of it. Riz is going to get it, skates it forward, chips it out. Little Flyers will rework it at center ice. Izzy was the first one there. Izzy and Riz are going to be looking to score. There's no question about that. They're aggressive penalty killers. And even Aaron and Kirsty, they're an aggressive lot out there. If they get an opening, they are going to go for it. And a shorthanded goal could be the elixir that they need. Loose in front, Riz comes all the way down to pick it off. She'll just take the icing, not even worry about it. And when you're short benched like that, you'll worry about the face-offs later. You'll take the ability to change manpower and get the right crew out there or take a rest as needed. Rachel will jump on with Aaron now. Izzy and Riz will stay up front. 2:14, second period, 3-1 Little Flyers. They have a 46-5 advantage in shots. The Rockets have had 5 shots. This is their 3rd power play that they've had to kill off. So they've had 3 shorthanded attempts and 5 shots. Seems a little dubious. Little Flyers moving around, centering Emma with the stop right there. Or did she? No, it's a goal. Looks like Emma got it in the crest, but there's the power play goal. That's going to push it to 4-1. Emma looked like she caught it in the crest of her jersey, but then we saw the Selly start, and twice has Radishevsky been in the box, and twice have the Little Flyers scored. No times have the Rockets had the benefit of a man advantage here, and we've played almost 2 periods in what has sometimes been a chippy game. Now, you know me, I'm not one to complain about the refs except for every time, but that's pretty lopsided. And it looks worse when you're on the downside of it, for sure. not been called fairly. Riz picks one off. She's going to skate it in, but doesn't have numbers. Pop-up, no infield fly called, so the runners have to advance at their own risk. Rose Smith safe at second, and the Little Flyers move it out into neutral ice. They send it forward to the Rockets, but the Little Flyers will battle and bulldoze it forward. 1:15 now, second period. Full and even strength for both teams. 4-1 Little Flyers. 47-5 on the shot clock. 3-0 on the power plays in terms of just having them. 2 of them have resulted in goals. Riz going to pick this one off at neutral ice, gain the center line. She's 1 on 5, still going forward, loses it there. Lily is going to keep it in at the point, and it just trips under the heel of her stick. Little Flyers will send it in. Oh, that looked like it was onside, so maybe a break there for the Rockets. Looked like they had sent it in past the center line, but nonetheless, the icing is called. And, well, now if they would just start calling some penalties against the Flyers, that might help the Rockets in terms of the referee breaks as well. Larissa and Aaron at the points. Hope in the center circle. Tootie on the left wing, Izzy on the right. So they're back to the alignment that they had starting the game as we come to the conclusion here of period 2. The Rockets looking to stem the tide here. Ooh, boy, that one fired into the Little Flyers bench. Looked like it hit a player, but see if everybody's okay over there. Little discussion. They'll face it off at the center circle. 28.7 seconds left. Menikillo in the dot. She wins it over to Tootie. Can't keep it. Hope trying to march in. Can't pick the pass off. Izzy almost got it there. 2 on 2. They'll bring it in with under 20 seconds. Forced outside. Larissa comes to the point. Hill's there. Tootie trying to knock it away from her. Top of the slot, sent low. Hope gets it, bangs it out. Izzy's there. She's got 7 seconds. She's got to get the puck first and then see if she can get off a shot. Can do neither, and that'll expire the period. So that one goes bigly in favor to the Little Flyers. They lead it now 4-1 through 2. They had a 24-2 shots advantage there, if you count what's on the board. And they've had all 3 power plays in the game. So we'll see if any of that starts to even up here. To some degree, puck luck. To some degree, it's just been one-sided calls in terms of the actual penalties. And you just have to play through it. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. I'm glad to have you on. If you're blowing off the NFL playoff games right now, we'll see what the third period has in store for you. Hit that subscribe button, and then once you've done it, you hit the alerts button, and every time we go live with Rockets hockey or uploading any content, including coach interviews or other content like, hey, we couldn't live stream this one, but we do have video of a game, then you'll get an alert and you'll be part of a wonderful group. And if you're watching from the other side or you just stumbled upon us, we're glad to have you. As long as you could deal with a little of the homerism from the guy behind the mic. Rockets give the 1-2-3. They put 17 minutes on the clock. Emma heads to the goal to our left. Flyers have jumped out there and they have their goalie in place. Referee checks in with one. Checks in with the other. Gets the wave. Kirsty at the center circle with Georgie on the right. Riz on the left. Liftoff. Period 3 from Aston, PA. About an hour and a half or 2 hour ride for most of the Rockets faithful here. So not the longest car ride, but sometimes you have to shake that off a little bit. Didn't seem to be the case here as the Rockets came out sharp, so no issue. That's just part of the Maha thing when you're playing in these New Jersey and Pennsylvania teams in your league. You're often going to be in car rides for a while. And the Rockets gutting it out without one of their stars, the wonderful Peyton Jacobus, sidelined with an upper body injury for the moment. Cannot wait to see her back on the ice, number 21. So the Rockets persist as the Flyers keep it in the offensive zone now for the first minute of period 3. Chipped forward. Riz got a piece, couldn't get it out. It comes down low. Larissa's 1-on-3. Riz shot off the post, loose in front, knocked away. One of the little Flyers actually got a piece, was trying to center it, but got it too strong. Cleared the puck out of the way and sort of helped out the other team. This whole possession to start the period has been played in Rockets territory, and Emma just decides to cover that one up, give her team a chance to change, and that is what they will do. 15:38 left. Period 3. Can the Rockets get another one? They got the 0 off the board with 4:10 left in the first. 15 seconds after the little Flyers scored as Aaron gets hooked down. No call. No calls against the little Flyers that resulted in a Rockets power play in the entire game. All 3 have gone to the little Flyers. 3 power plays and they've scored on 2 of them. And they don't need any help. Not that they're not deserving of when a penalty's called. There's a shot that comes out in front. Emma covers it up and gets it before the rebound can be had. 15-10. Third period. Rockets in the all black. See if they can get back in black. Hope on the face-off. She wins it back to Aaron. Kirsty's now on D with Aaron. Izzy picks that one off. Can she get through? She gets hooked from behind. Still hooked, no call. They play on. Way off the play, she's being hooked right there, right in front of the referee, and he just chooses to ignore it, as does she. She's way down in the corner, he's right here. They're just not calling him on the team in white today. The home team getting home cooking. That one chipped out in front, Emma covers it up. 14:34. Third period. 4-1 little Flyers. Can the Rockets muster it up? Let's see. Again, that puck was shoveled out from behind the end line. Emma covered it up, and they registered that as a shot on goal. That's not a shot on goal, and there's been about 6 to 8 of them by my unofficial count. That one goes out the net. Again, that one was not going into the net. It was going nowhere near the net. Emma came out to cover it, and they register it on the board as a shot on goal. So that's great for goalie stats, and it makes it look lopsided more so on the scoreboard, but I'd say the shots are really closer to about 40-5. Still not good for the Rockets, but the more important stat is that they only have 5. There's one that's loose. It's sitting on the end line, and Emma knocks it out for a moment. It's still loose. Riz gets a piece of it, pushes it up toward the point. That puck just sat. It sat on a pile of snow, like a snowman. And it gets out. Riz jumps out. She's interfered with. No call. And they play on. Near side, Aaron will get to it first. Chips it forward, but Donovan steps in from the point, and she'll possess it and go down low. Tries the centering feed, sends it all the way out. This is not icing. This is a live puck. And the Rockets now maybe showing the effects a little bit of the short bench there, as not a lot of Rocket power on the forecheck. Larissa gets it. She will skate it up. She has a little room, and she'll get the zone on the right side. She sends it in, and it goes around the end boards, but the little Flyers pick it up. Curling and turning, they move it forward, and they move it through 2 zones, and now into the offensive zone, and a dump. 13-15 now. Third period. Near side boards, the unnamed 15 battling with Lily Rose Smith. It comes, and a flyer jumps in. Kirsty knocked that away for a moment. 90 still looking at it. And Larissa gets it, sends it off of the back of Lily, and Riz just banks it out because she has to get off for a change, and she enables the whole offensive line to get out. Hope now with Tootie and Izzy. Let's see if they could generate some offense like they did in the first. Tootie picked off a pass in the top of the slot, skated around one, and fired a wrist shot that made good. 1 out of 5 ain't bad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad is better. R.I.P. Meatloaf. We miss you, man. He was a high school softball coach, too. Centered out in front. Well, the attempt was there. It comes toward the point. Larissa pinches in, tries to send it down low. 3 little flyers will come. 1 will pursue. This will be Poulin. She'll try to get around Erin, who gets just enough of her to get her on the outside. Little flyers change behind the play as we tick under 12 minutes to go in the third. Wrist shot deflected by Izzy. Comes to Hope, who knocks it all the way down. Hope tries to send it up the neutral zone for Izzy, but couldn't get it quite through. Flyers break in. Wrist shot. Emma got it with the blocker and does never let it hit the ice. 11:44. Third period. 4-1 Little Flyers. They have had all 3 power plays in the game, and they scored on 2 of them. They get it down low, right pad save off the close range wrist shot. Comes to the end line on the left side. Now they'll skate it around and look to cycle. Somebody's in front with a stick very high. Looks like Booth had her stick right up in Rachel Lee's grill. They try to bring it toward the middle. Riz is going to get this, and she'll skate up the left wing. Can't get it all the way through, so she just bats it forward, and the Little Flyers retreat back. They send it out into neutral ice. Poulin, Booth, they'll skate it in 2-on-3. Take a sharp angle shot that goes wide. Comes to the near side board. Pushkin will get it. She'll skate it around the dot. Wrist shot. Emma gloves it. No rebound. 10:55 now as the plot has not yet thickened. It only will thicken if the team in black dents that net. The short-handed Rockets. Comes out to neutral ice off the face-off win by the Flyers. Georgie in pursuit of Pushkin. She turns. Riz is there too. Sends it in but can't hit the mark, so Rachel will get it. She'll bat it up, but Roberts keeps it in. Roberts looking for Donovan in the slot. Gets her. She curls around one. Wrist shot goes wide. They got behind the D. Kirsty trying to get it. She's in a battle for the puck. Georgie over there. Now Kirsty will go behind her own net. She is playing center, not D. But she's had to play in a defensive posture. They come out in front. Backhander looked like it might have gone off the outside of the net along the ice. Emma may have gotten a piece of it. Of course, the scorer is putting up shots if they're even close. So it's up to 57 now. That one was going wide. It's really about 42. They're just putting them up there for any old reason. Sent in, and it is going to be an icing. As we're under 10 minutes left in period number 3. 4-1 Little Flyers. Rockets looking for their first shot on goal of the third. Maybe get a power play before it's all over. As these things have gone for them lately, you'll start to see them get a power play with 6 minutes left. You know, too little, too late kind of stuff. Where the referees have a chance, you know, to make it look like they're evening it up. But there were enough that they could have not had one team with 3 power plays and the other without. Just the way that it hasn't been that sloppy of a game for the Rockets. And the Little Flyers have not been without fault. Like, for instance, there was a slash. This is a hook. They're not going to call it. That's fine. But they've called stuff like that earlier in the game, so it's a little inconsistent. Little Flyers changing, but that's no problem right there. They send it into their own bench. That should have been whistled down. That went off the open door. They should whistle that play down. They don't do it. Maybe they just didn't have a good look at it. Battled for along the boards. A hack right there. It didn't connect. Again, it doesn't have to connect to be a penalty. Baseball swing. There's another. Izzy just get blasted at neutral ice. Tootie, wrist shot, glove save, and covered, no rebound. So that's shot number 1 of period 3. 8:47 left in the third. 4-1 Little Flyers against the Rockets. Can they muster something here? Hope at the dot. Izzy in the slot. Tootie on the half boards will get it. They bring it back to the point. Aaron's there. She sends it down low at the half boards for Tootie, who shovels it behind the end line. 2 Flyers there, but it comes back to Tootie. She's going to fight for it in the corner. Now Izzy gets it below, and she tries to reverse it, but just gives it away. Larissa's going to pinch in from the right point, sends it for Hope. Hope back down low for Izzy. Tries to center it. It can't get all the way through. Tootie was there. She was in scoring position, but the puck didn't bounce all the way through. Need a little sauce on that one. Rockets with their best possession, perhaps of the game. Even when they scored, they actually didn't really possess the puck. Chipped out by the Flyers, and the Rockets will go to neutral ice to get it. Izzy chooses not to go to Larissa wisely because there was a Flyer in pursuit. Little Flyers pick it up and neutral ice. This is Hahn. She's going to be forced to the outside and sends it to Mundy at the point. Mundy will go between the points. Mundy to the right circle. Wrist shot reversed. Kicked out, and the rebound skipped under a Little Flyer stick. Big scoring opportunity there. They have a 4-1 lead. The shots say 58-6. We're going to say more 42. Because they're putting any time Emma's covered it. Emma's covered the puck 58 times. Let's say that. We could say that for sure. Slapper knocked away off the end boards. That was Tootie that got in the way. The world leader in block shots. We haven't seen one like that since Craig Ludwig. Rockets need to get this one out as the Flyers have had possession here for a while. Sent behind the end line. They have 3 behind the end line, now 2. Centered in front. Emma makes that stop, and again, that's a perfect example right there. They call that a shot on goal. A shot on goal is when the puck is going into the net and a goaltender prevents it from happening, from going in. Now that puck, if Emma was not there, would have just gone right through the crease. So it's not a shot. Krushkin on the one-timer. Lily Rose Smith blocked it. Lets out a little yelp, and she's holding her left side down a little bit. Hopefully she's okay. Emma gets a stick on it. Lily's going to get this, steer it out. She looks a little compromised there, but she plays on as Rose Smith, the elder stateswoman in black. Krushkin will hustle it in. There's a one-timer in front score. That's going to push it to 5-1. 6:36 left in period 3. Lily stays out there by her goaltender, so maybe not worse for wear. It looked like she took it in a spot where she is protected. And she'll stay out there with Kirsty and Riz. Face-off one there, a lot of pushing with sticks high. But they'll let it go. Shot attempt blocked away by Rachel. That's Poulin with it. She spins out of the corner. Stick lifting. A lot of stick lifting and sticks getting high. Call's not being made. Booth gets it, and she was right at the front of the net, and she just skated around. Probably could have just moved right out to the slot and shot it there, but they're so skilled in moving the puck in that space behind the net that seems they're almost programmed to do it even when there's a good scoring chance. Rockets will change it up. Hope will be out there with Tootie and Izzy. Aaron and Rachel on D. 6:08 left in the period. Period number 3, 5-1 Little Flyers. Rockets will break it out, but that outlet pass a little too hard from Izzy to Hope. Wrist shot, stick save, stick to side, and now moved out by Izzy. She'll get it towards center ice, but get it knocked away. Daly sends it forward. Little Flyers skated in onside. Poulin in the far corner. Unmarked, she'll go behind the net and spin. Try to get away from Rachel. Backhander, backdoor, pad save, and she dives on it. Does Emma. Good backdoor work there. Getting the Rockets defense caught up a little bit and won another. It had the shot, but the goaltender made the save, number 7. The Flyers win the faceoff. Aaron jumps up to contest it, and Izzy's going to skate it out one-on-one. Izzy's going to try to gain the line, can't get through. Tries to send it at the net, can't get it through. Daly knocked it away. Rockets change 1D way behind the play, so they have a back log of defenders, and they use that to force a shot wide. Little Flyers along the half boards try to send it low. Aaron's going to get there first, bank it to the boards, but just give it right back from whence it came. She blocks away a shot, and Larissa bangs it hard off the boards, but it goes to Mundy at the point. She'll step in and fire it wide. Hope was down to block it. She just basically forced it wide. 4:52 now. Sent at the net, knocked away by Emma. Banked off the boards for Tootie. Tootie banks it off the boards for herself. She's 1 on 4, so she dumps it in and lets Izzy do the chasing. Izzy comes around the net and forces the play up the near side boards. Kirsty's going to pick it off, but she has to retreat to help Izzy get on side. Riz, Izzy, Kirsty. Rizzo and Izzy alliterate. Riz still looking. Centers it for Kirsty. Backhand one-timer. Didn't get all the way through. Wrist shot through traffic by Larissa. Didn't get much on it. Couldn't get it all the way through. Kirsty hustling to the corner. Riz and Kirsty almost worked the magic right there. Roberts will get it in. She'll dump it at the net. They're going to put that as a shot on goal. Now it's getting ridiculous here. The shots are up to 66. There's probably about 45. One wasn't even close to the net. They just put it up on the clock. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to prove. Somebody should just tell them something. That one's blocked away by Rachel Lee. It comes on net eventually by Mundy, and the spattering puck is covered by Emma. So we'd like to give the goalie due credit. You're not going to find a more wonderful kid than Emmeline Lacey. She'll get credit for an awful lot of saves today, but those are on the board. We'll show you the board after time expires, but those are going to be puck covers, not saves. Riz blocks away a shot. Let's see if she could get through, and it just goes right off of a Flyer skate. Still pursuing Riz and Georgie. Let's see if they could force something. Even great teams make mistakes. That's how the Rockets did score. They got one big one and they took advantage of it. Wrist shot whistled wide. That was Hansen. 4:10 left in the first period. She picked one off. Got a little opening for a shot and made good on it with a clinical surgical fire. This one wristed a side of the net. I'm looking at the shot clock to see if they put those up. Fortunately, no. Riz trying to get that one out. Can't do it. Pushed along the boards there, Rachel. Flyers will bring it top of the slot, send it near side. This is sent through the slot. Wrister, Emma glove down and covered. Mundy and Radoszewski pushing after the whistle, but just with a little bit of shoulder tapping. 2:33 left from Aston, PA, IceWorks. A nice arena to call a game from. A little nicer if your team was closer. That one's sent toward the net. Emma's going to cover that one up. And they put the requisite shot on goal. And that music, indicative of one more time. So that song, when Adam Henrique scored in overtime to send the Devils to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Rangers in 2012, that song was played over the PA. And it mostly had to do with Marty Brodeur going back to the finals one more time after a 9-year hiatus and an unlikely run by his team and beating their arch rivals. 2:05 left. Third period, 5-1 Little Flyers over the Rockets. And speaking of the NHL, we lost a treasure, Clark Gillies, the Islanders Hall of Famer. Loved and respected even by his most bitter opponents, left us at a tender age of 67. Aaron is going to body that one in. It's a 2-on-1 with 100 seconds left. Poulin, back and forth, backhander. Rockets get enough back-to-back check. It comes to the top of the points between and pushed out. Shot goes through traffic and wide, comes to the far side boards. Tootie there. It's going to go behind the end line. They're going to skate it right at. Wraparound attempt. A lot of sticks there, including Camaradas. And eventually the loose puck covered by Lacey. 1:19 left now. The win and the loss is a fait accompli, as it has been probably for a few minutes. The final score, the last thing to be determined. And of course, once it's all over, we'll get a good giggle out of the shots on the board. Aaron is getting her stick held, and they just will make it look like the Little Flyers played a perfect mistake-free game today and give them no shorthanded attempts. They've been holding sticks and hooking and getting away with it all game, to, I guess, their credit. I mean, if you can get away with it, you might as well. Riz picks this one off. Riz is going to march in. Rizzo down low, shoots, hits the goalie, rebound. Lily tries to put it in. Lily gets cross-checked across the back as she's skating out. Just blasted in the top of the back. Wrist shot goes through traffic and wide. Riz had a chance. She had the goalie beaten there, just couldn't get it quite through the wickets. It comes to the near side now. They try to move it out of the corner. Rachel steps in to knock it away. Aaron out at the end of the long shift. Bruno still giving every piece that she's got, but she's absolutely gassed. And she's played a lot of minutes. They come out in front with it, and it's knocked away by Emma. Riz is going to bank it off the boards, gets it out of the zone. It was a foot out of the zone, and it's not going to call the offsides at this point. There's a minute left in the game, less than a minute. Rockets still could use every break. Loose in front. Lily's stick gets to it first with 25 seconds left. Centered. It goes off Rachel. Riz is going to get it. She's still got a little bit of legs, as she showed before. She's going to skate it through as the Flyers change. 16 seconds. She'll send it toward the net, but can't get it through. Regains her own puck. Lily's there trying to shovel it forward. 9 seconds now. Little Flyers pick it up, send it to neutral ice. That's going to do it. Even the icing, they just should call it off at this point. They do. And that will do it from IceWorks in Aston, PA. Little Flyers, they had to work for it today. They win it 5-1 over the Rockets. They get all 3 power plays in the game. They score on 2, and while that wasn't the final difference, it was a big one, because that took a 1-1 game and turned it into a 3 or 4-1 margin. The teams shake hands at neutral ice. Coaches Henry Lee and Walt Radoszewski move out to join the line as well. Getting handshakes from players. Of course, there's the way girls hockey goes. There's a lot of familiar names and familiar faces on these teams with each other. Sometimes from competition, and also sometimes from having played in the same clubs. Pan back there, you could see the final shot clock says 71-7 for the shots, but we'll call it 49-7. How about that? 49-7 we'll call it, and we'll give Emma 44 saves. So that will do it from IceWorks in Aston, PA. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and hit the alerts button, and every time we're streaming live or uploading any kind of content for you, you will be alerted that there's New Jersey Rockets girls hockey stuff there. That's going to do it from Aston, PA. Joe Rizzo, glad to bring it to you once again. And the final score, Little Flyers 5, Rockets 1. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets girls hockey.